wine and dine, made your mind, it's a clear sign that no other one that's come around can do the things you do. Nobody else can match my energy. Cheesy come my yeah. Cheesy come my yeah. We up all night and still we tryna be busy on the AM. Cheesy come my yeah. Cheesy come my yeah. Cheesy come my yeah. Oh yeah. Cheesy come my yeah. Cheesy come my yeah.
I've been faded, serenaded, celebrated. Ooh, very patient. See, I'm not so complicated. Ooh, kakwama on my mind. Your toes are juicy, align. Moyo kapiga sign, kisha underline. Only free because you let me be. That's the love I want for me. Long time so baridi. Can't deny the chemistry. Ukakwama on my mind. Tuka alive. Tuka bigger sign.
Nobody else can match my energy. Cheesy come my yeah. Cheesy come my yeah. We up all night and still we tryna be busy on the AM. Cheesy come my yeah. Cheesy come my yeah. Oh yeah. Cheesy come my yeah. Cheesy come my yeah. Cheesy come my yeah. Come my yeah. Oh yeah. Cheesy come my yeah. Cheesy come my yeah.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Soul generation, no baby. Suda. I love you like the sunshine in the morning when I'm yawning, like the scent of love ukipika chai ya majani na mandazi. Such a lovely way to start my day. We getting high as I make you call my name. Tukisikiza ngoma za Bob Marley. Napenda vile una smile usisare. Nipatie zeze nikuimbie. I wrote a song na nataka usikie. If you let me sing for you, darling, darling, I will sing your favorite song, because I'm feeling lucky to have you dance along. Oh love, darling, darling, I will sing your favorite song, because I'm feeling lucky to have you dance along to your favorite song, baby. Promise kuwa nitakuenzi. Baby time imefika for 20 and I can see you vibe your favorite song, baby. Your favorite song. To your favorite song, my love. Your favorite song, oh yeah, yeah. To your favorite song, oh yeah, yeah. Your favorite song. To your favorite song, my love. Your favorite song, oh yeah, yeah. To your favorite song. You're my favorite song. You're my favorite bomb. You're my favorite song, my love. You're my favorite song, yeah. And I'm feeling lucky, so damn lucky. Yes, I'm feeling lucky to have you dance along to your favorite song, baby. Your favorite song. To your favorite song, your favorite song, oh yeah, yeah. To your favorite song, oh yeah, yeah. Your favorite song. To your favorite song, my love. Your favorite song, oh yeah, yeah. To your favorite song.
Yes, you have to flip it. Twende biashara boss. Okay, mina biashara. Close in tada. Flow so tight as Chris Cantata. Young in pala, ass like Prada. Na kama wezi shikanisha basi weni fala. Basi weni fala. Mina enda pale kila kitu dola. President Moi Kibaki wanahola. Naonesha kidole pole. Tubo kubwa kama Rick Ross. Pesa zetu munafanyia what? Kazi kwa vijana, pesa kwa maboss. Wacha kuwa Flozz. Ati wasanii wata get ganji 2030. Nitakuwa 54 made under that. Yes, bere tamo huko ashati ya kaki, check karatasi kareke. Yeah, kareke. Mini STL, the bigger, the better. IMC on the mic, come tester. Hii biashara ni M-Pesa. Wesen, tarisi. Na ka usend, sikuski. Biashara ne, biashara. Okinyo na hawe niye dige hara. Okinyo na hawe niye dige hara. Okinyo na hawe niye dige hara. Biashara ne, biashara. Biashara ne, biashara. Biashara ne, biashara. Okinyo na hawe niye dige hara.
Biashara niko busy na mziki ndo wanigwizi. Na flongine maji utadhani gidi. In other words niko tena jaba. Junilisikia pia kukula main swag. From the business land, Nairobi to be specific. Crew cat popos, not changa illicit. River Road baby, that's where you gonna find me. I be getting my money fast, calling people hadharani. Niko na M-Pesa cooperative, niko na equity. Pesa ni mingi nimevisha so many na publicity. Paparazzi piga mapicha then tuzione BBC. Dashika mamita busy mejipa juu nimesign na DTP. Be a shower baby, what it do Miss Stella? I'm the man with the power so I make you feel like Cinderella. And I'm making a shower so hope you got your umbrellas. Always be a shower baby Stella, go ahead and tell him.
Biashara ne, biashara. Okinyo na hawe niye dige hara. Okinyo na hawe niye dige hara. Okinyo na hawe niye dige hara. Biashara ne, biashara. Biashara ne, biashara. Biashara ne, biashara. Okinyo na hawe niye dige hara.
Nikiwa na STL unajua grafu walikali. Jumupenda kuchiugamu unaweza nipata hali. Assalamu alaikum, walaikum salam. Mi upenda M-Pesa, pesa pap na M-Shwari. Hasla mbayo pildo kama ndizi. Mi pick and pill, uyu boy sini mjuisi. Easy, flow cheesy kama tiba. Na ziko on point ka Abdu Badida. Biashara leta pesa weka do kwenye mkeka. Mina leta heka flow natika Professor Christoph ndo anatesa. Kila time weka pressure pima na tape mesha kula Ethiopia na poebesha. Anapenda Rose na yesi amba. Ni kama vindio uneza dhani ni mkamba. Biashara ndo miulamba. Pesa imenifanya mweupe squeezy ka pamba.
Biashara ne, biashara. Okinyo na hawe niye dige hara. Okinyo na hawe niye dige hara. Okinyo na hawe niye dige hara. Biashara ne, biashara. Biashara ne, biashara. Biashara ne, biashara. Okinyo na hawe niye dige hara.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Alrighty, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the Friday edition of the Power Morning Drive Show. My name is Wanyoike, and guess what? 21st of March is World Poetry Day. Yes, you heard me right. Today we are going to be talking about poetry. What is its contributions towards the political, social, economic frameworks and models of society. And I'll be joined later by poet Musaa, who we shall be getting to know a little bit better about his poetry journey and, of course, some of the work that he's been able to do, but also look at the industry of poetry in Kenya and what we can do to make sure that we are, investing in it, diversifying the ways in which we can reach out we can expand its impact as well. But before that, you can get in touch with us on our social media handles. We are at Power Radio across all socials. Find us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, as well as X. You can also get this live broadcast on our YouTube channel. That is Power Radio. Please subscribe and hit on that notification bell so that whenever we go live, you will be the first to know. You can also get us on our website, www.power254.org/Power Radio. Right. It has been a very busy week in Nairobi, and that has definitely been causing a little bit of some snarl-ups and traffic hinges here and there. But traffic hitches. Yes, so the last one, the flagging of the World Safari Rally Championships also was something that we had to look out for. But let's look at the situation in the roads this morning. And I start off with the problem child. Kama kawaida, Thika Road traffic, bumper to bumper, it's not even funny. From Survey all the way down towards town, things are looking quite hefty from what I can see right now. I can also see the same situation is also happening across Limuru Road from as you go from the Village Market down towards Muthaiga, not passable whatsoever. Same situation also happening along Kiambu Road. Kiambu Road pia kumeshikana from Ridgeways Mall down towards DCI and all the way into Muthaiga. Same situation also happening along Peponi Road. Pia kumeshikana sana, especially into the intersection that leads towards Westlands. Same happening along Lower Kabete Road from Zen Garden down towards Spring Valley. I can also see that actually nothing much to complain about today on Wanyoike Way. You guys should be good. Raila Odinga Road also nothing much to complain about. It's moving. Ngong Road today there's not a lot of madness, only just a little bit of a slowdown as you go towards Prestige Plaza, but it soon clears out after that. I can also see that Langata Road is also not very massively trafficked today. Just very kidogo traffic hapo hivyo area ya as you go into Weston Hotel. Yeah, but at least it's moving today. There's not much to complain about. Jogoo Road kama kawaida, bumper to bumper, inbound, outbound, same situation happening along there. And I can also see that Mombasa Road is also not looking too shabby. Just a little bit of a snarl up as you go from the Capital Center down into Nairobi West. Then I can also see that, towards the Cabanas area, there's just a little bit of a snarl up there from Imara Daima, but then soon after that clears out. All right. I think that's what is happening on the major roads of Nairobi this morning. In case of any incidents, do let us know. The hashtag to use is hashtag Power Morning Drive. You can also use the hashtag World Poetry Day today. And let us know who are your favorite poets as well. What has poetry done in your life? Where do you go? I mean, what kind of poems do you go to when you want to process whatever feelings or emotions, or if you want to learn anything in life? Do let us know, and we shall be sure to read out your comments. Let me take a quick breather. When we come back, we get into the local and international news roundup. This is Power Radio.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Dear God, at times huoni bless hadi nasikia kukushow God bless you. Over time umesucceed kuni make happy, I wanna say I'm proud of you. Kuna vitu most zime happen kwa life yangu, looking back, that must have been you. You are love. Sijui kama ina make sense kusema I've fallen in love with you. Dear God, leaders who come from you. But hawa wetu nani aliwachagua? I'm certain not you. Na mbona wanaokupenda ndio uteseka sana? And it all belongs to you. Mbona wale wazuri at an early age ndio come to you? Hope usha realize church ndio huwa sometimes huwa an obstacle nikitry to get to you. Hope una realize hati yangu ina get weary, una need to come through. Apart from kunyamaza, naomba pia unifunze kugive. Mwenye usema welcome more frequently ndio upata blessings more than ule wa thank you. Na kuna wale who take advantage of the dark time ya prayers, cause apparently we have to close our eyes to see you. Wengine uomba na wakuoni, inabidi wame end up ICU. Niliota ukiniuliza what my dreams are, you wanted to make them come true. At times life will prove kuwa hard, that I want to come to you. Thank you for the gift of life, just to mention, but I feel, dear God, sometimes death uniita. Nikikumbuka this is your breath I live for you. All in all, utabaki kuwa God, cause last time I checked it turned fatal when Satan tried to be you. Dear God, bado naombea gift of life hata kama professional mona naomba kazi. Itabidi jionyeshe, juu hata injustice haifichwi, squeezy serikali naiba wazi. Hakuna opportunities, nimebaki kusoma the book of Job, na part time nafanya kazi ya kutafuta kazi. Na kila election hii nation ina bleed. Ako wapi Christ? Hata sisi tungependa kuliguza vazi. Dear God, na squeezy injustice ime-evolve. Lazima wa Kenya wa sign petition ndio honorable alishoot the DJ ya face the music. Hasla moja na headache vile ataingia State House, lakini hasla mwingine ana worry vile atakula. Kweli ya problems are unique, na kabla faith move mountains, kwanza tuongelee vile difference ya maskini na tajiri ni kama distance ya the bottom from the peak. Dear God, hata kama actions will speak louder, sijaona tukichagua kiongozi bubu in preference to the ones who speak. R.I.P. Bukeko. Dear God, ulichukua papa ukaacha viongozi wetu wenye wana act responsibly. Mbona hata watu focus na negative, lakini utawaipata Grammys juu ya ku act responsibly. Dear God, na kama watu wangekuwa wanafuata mawaidha watu wekea watu wengine kwa WhatsApp wasome, na feel life ingekuwa long kama pieces za spoken word. Word si creation, word recreator. Ndo maana I am ni word. Na ukitaka kujua nchi ni sick, madaktari wanapunguzwa hospitalini, na ma-MCA wanataka kuongezewa word. Apart from tenda dhambi, mchoyo and overuse the word sinner, but we are both washed by the blood. At times na feel prayers zangu ulengwa kushinda vile mi ignore text za Safaricom. Solomon had all he needed. Angekuwa in my position, I think ange ask for food before wisdom. To be a king, one doesn't need a queen but a kingdom. Dear God, na ikifika hiyo time naomba wife ametulia, juu nafanya spoken word lakini ironically sipendi maneno. Dear God, kama ni wewe upeana gift of life, mbona ulikubali waende na ya tomboya? Kama una bless the work of our hands, huyu graduate hakuna wakumhaya na ashakuwa lawyer. Mbona God unaruhusu mom lose her life during delivery? Mbona huyu mtoto before ajue kutembea anapata cancer? Mbona life huwa incomplete marking scheme, so much questions kushinda answer? Mbona unakubali so much power kwa mikono ya police? Our brothers have lost their lives. Mbona umekubali these children who are go through so much brutality in the hands of a stepmom after their dads have lost their wives? Mbona unakubali these humans who get away with rape? Mbona kudai ni so easy na life imekuwa narrow escape? Mbona a parent ana go through so much pain kushindwa ku provide for their children? Mbona our men wana massage their egos at the expense of our women? Mbona in every leafy suburb life is good, but across the fence ni Islam watoi wanalala bila food? Mbona unakubali entrust our livelihood kwa government inatuserve na mood? Dear God, siku ubaya, but I trust tu kuumba mwanadamu ateseke earth then akikufa end up kwa fire. Dear God, ulituumba na the same soil, but bado tuna run kukava distance inaitwa race. Show yourself ndio wajue different skin, but tuna live by the same grace. Dear God, kama unataka kuchange our life, jionyeshe sahi. Time ina move, ukikaa unaweza kosa kutuwai. Dear God, sometimes me pray na na feel maombi yangu ijaenda mahali. I have to save. At times government yangu inanikosea sana, lakini siwezi wapeleka mahali. I'm forced to forgive. I wonder why Adam was so gullible. Ama nijua alikuwa naive. Kwa nini most judgment utoke kwa midomo sisi wita brethren? Na mbona interpretation ya Ephesians 6:1 emphasize sana part ya obedience, na watu wanasahau parents? Do not provoke your children. Jesus saves. Saving without investment ni delayed spending. Nina need investment in my peace. We can't go on like this. Dear God, na mbona kuna different gods but the same Satan? Mbona love inakuwa killed at the expense of religion, na from way back imekuwa the same pattern? Kweli we ni mjust. Apart from shetani kuwa evil, it's a sin kuinsult Satan. Thank you kwa intelligence uliaccord the deaf. Hata kabla relationship haivunjike, I bet wao read through the sign. Waulisha kunguru wako, nikiimagine kina flako umeka living through my vine. Kumbuka wasani wanajaribu kuleta watu pamoja through my line. Na pia usisahau viongozi wanatugawanya along tribal line. Dear God, Nairobi ndio ko proud to be a Kenyan. Turkana wanajitolea mahanga. If they are not children of a lesser God, basi mbona ulikubali wawe na janga? Mbona watu wako nayo ndio upata zaidi na wenye hawana ukosa? Mbona bibi anakubali bwana akope ndio alipe mahari? Ama ni same reason? Desert hazina maji lakini mvua unyesha kwa bahari. Dear God, wewe uona hii yote ikihappen? Ama ni usanka wa heaven kuna vitu huwa leti kwa habari? Dear God, ulisema tuna take up so much from our names. Mbona Kenya hatufeel hii freedom despite kuwa na uhuru, na Tanzania ina feel too sober kuwa na hiyo pombe yote? Mwingine analala njaa, mwingine kama ameshiba, lakini Mungu wetu sote, yani God uliona among everyone else tuwe represented na politicians. Na time atuoni miujiza ingekuwa easy, tungepata prescription from opticians. The word inaniambia I carry my own cross, na Jesus alisaidio na Simon of Cyrene. Apart from ya kusikia Lord forgive me for all that I have seen. Sijui kama ni mimi peke yangu, lakini prayers ni communication with you, but at times na feel kama naongea peke yangu. Apart from thieves, Lord ningependa kukumbuka tailors. Wao pia upata so much inspiration ya uongo from politicians, na wengine wakiomba bless the work of their hands. Lord naomba bless the words from my mouth. Sana sana such a time body parts zina feel so close, more so tukilive from hand to mouth. Kila soul in a yearn for love. Time wengine wanawacha the ones that love them for the ones they like. Wages ya sin ni death. Inflation haijaifanya hii price hike. Na pray for mercy. Najua devil ni condemn na psych. Dear Lord, before I die let me live. Before I ask for more let me give. Dear Lord, pia mi nataka kwenda heaven but naogopa kufa. Na wewe ni mzuri sana time una answer prayers, but sijui ni time gani mi ukupa. Dear Lord, forgive me at times mi feel unanipenda sana kushinda the next person. Dear God, hear my prayer. Nimehave kuileta kwa booth, ningesema in terms of chorus, but of late nimekuwa nervous. Easy.
The music sorcerer, John
for choosing the beat.
Lord of Lords, Lord of Lords, yeah. Lord
usiku misilali mina toast ni kitan. Ni kitu si halali but of course mina ban. Mostaini jalali sifatilo ya shetan. Niliacha jali kosi nilinitanda. But naamini itafika tani ya kutoast. Nipate bread, niache kuwa toast. Walio ni roast, wawe fed kwa bill yangu. And as you as is being done, patia direction will yangu. Ending it, inakuwaga tempting. But it's me, myself and I, and all playing for the same team. I would jump off a building, but that's not the story I want to live. I would hang on a ceiling, but that's not tying the knot I believe.
Need a bicycle vile I'm too tired. I'm too tired na hii life yenye imekataa kuwa soft even after kutumia Nivea. Save hiyo energy ya kunichocha eti karma ukuanga fair. Staple food ili change. Online tukikula Greatix kwa grao wanakula fair. Graduate nilimaliza shule nikaparara. So literally sina class. Nitadungaje lebo na walenje imekosa Adidas. Jordan tunazicheki kwa vichwa za Mamorio wakiingizwa ndonyo. Ekonomi yetu imeshikiliwa na mumama kama sisponyo. Tunauza contraceptives ndo tulishi watoi tuliget kwa teenage pregnancy. Skinny niggas wakipata steak kitu wanafikiria tu ni kuwa masturbators. Nilichangamkia top secret ndo niweze ku open up. Na vile hii world ni diverse, nitawachia chorus next time ukidiverse.
Beauty's out staying after it has left the beholder. I'm a lady of class, but the standards put in place won't allow me to be sober. I am robbing the system. I know I'm good enough. Who came up with the marking scheme that is good enough? Sweetheart, I know it's hard to keep up. That's why that liquor you sip up. Let's not judge each other when we meet up, because all my personalities, they split up.
Lord of Lords, Lord of Lords, yeah. Lord of Lords, set my thoughts free, so my thoughts can just let me be. Nieke huru Baba, manami nazama, sioni nuru kama takakata tamaa, yeah. No.
See, heavy is the head that wears the crown. Won't stop till I'm dead. Under the ground, put my worries to bed. Turn my life around so the voices will fed, not to make a sound. Ulinitengeza with the worry a lot, so I hope it's you I'm exalting. I know I worry a lot. Pardon me nikisound salty. Ni anxiety ya janamori, depression ya letangori. Si life ni game ya chess na si checkers. Ndio maana kwa face mi wagotea nikicheka. You knew me before you placed me in my mother's womb. Ni wewe uliniweka. So as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, najua uwepo wako hautotoweka.
Substation.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night.
Power Radio.
The first time I sucked dick. So I was chilling with this guy, right? And I said, we're not having sex because I'm still trying to fill you out. And in that moment, I thought he would say, cool, though can I at least eat you out? But instead, this fool said, since we're not having sex, can you at least give me head? And I fell for that trap one too many times, sucked dick one too many times for boys who clearly thought their orgasms were more important than mine. I mean, 3 hours in traffic just to see this dude, but why did I even go if he didn't even make me come? So that got me thinking about how my clit is always ignored like it wasn't the almighty God who designed it. I mean, what if we stopped sexualizing boobs and started sexualizing the clit? Would you boys be able to find it? See, this is serious, so please don't take it loosely, but I'm about to give you a 101 class on how to eat my pussy. 1, don't be choosy because you're going to eat it whether it's clean, shaven, or bushy. 2, you really thought making out with me for 10 seconds was enough foreplay, then we're through? put on a half-assed performance and expect me to praise you. Boy, who raised you? Treat it and eat it like it was your last supper. So I'll lift my legs, allow you to give thanks, spread my thighs, look you in the eyes and say, this is my body. Eat it. And in the same way, when I climax, say, this is my cup. Drink from it. Better yet, this is my pussy. Drown in it. Have you feeling like you was on holiday in Bora Bora, the way my pussy gets wetter than water. So I don't know what you thought this was, but you better do it right. Because my pussy is just like my rhymes. Baby, it's tight.
From
Loud
sunrise
African
to
mama.
sunset, all day and night.
I messed with the wrong circle, that's why your dad is not around. The hustle was real. Life was testing my patience, so I had to wait on tables. On other days, I was part of the menu. The vegan in me could only handle the nuts when they asked us to meet. But I was on the edge, so I had to make ends meet. At times, I had to hit the pole so they wouldn't cut electricity from it. I went down on my knees so I could raise fees. Lowered my standards so you could attend higher classes. See, I have plaited hair so I could put food on your plate. I've made beautiful cornrows so you can one day harvest rows of corn. I have worked odd hours so I could get even with karma. Your black magic cannot be kept low-key, son. Pick up your hammer, let them marvel, because even dirty water can put out a fire. Now I may be the stinky fertilizer, but son, you're the pure grain that grew out of me. My tears can feel a valley the way the system is faulty. Son, listen keenly, don't be cocky. Don't beef with gang members even when they call you chicken.
Your smile is like 1,000 words, arranged in perfect sequence, with the delicate curve of your lips, holding every punctuation mark in place. So I find it hard to hold a conversation with you, with my hands normally at my side, struggling to hold me together so that I don't fall for you harder than I have already. Your mere presence among us mortals is God's own way of trusting us with the peace of heaven. But I am not worthy to fellowship in your presence, so allow me to leave this here at your feet. She sees right through me. She sees me behind my bars doing time, seeking approval from the minute hand, each and every second, hoping it will tick in my favor. She wants to pay my bail, but my poetry is a sentence I cannot stop serving. She knows this, and all she asks is not to be my words and take up too much of my space, but rather the punctuation marks. That way, she can hold my sanity in place. She seeks me between the lines, no matter how hard I try to hide. She has my persona, feeding off comfort from the palm of her hands, and the motion of her palms dictate the current waves of emotions that I indulge in. She sees right through this lovely lady's eye post, knowing that I am just a creature of love, giving more love and attention than I could ever get back. A humble soul, ready to give anyone a stepping stone, even if the stones were to be placed on my toes. She wants in, knowing far too well that I am all out. She goes crazy every time someone says that I am full of myself, because she knows just how empty I feel. If she could have it her way, she will put me back together. But she understands that it's my pieces that make me a poet. It's my pieces that put people's broken souls together. See, if it was up to her, she will pour out her aura and have it rolled to a blunt, so that with every sharp puff, she will glide over my lungs and channel her breath inside of me. She will then sneak into my brain and hang her photo. That way, when the voices get too loud, I could always have her at the back of my mind. She will then exit from my lips, where she will plant a deep kiss, water it with all the tears she cried, trying to convince me that I was good enough, and finally hope that it will grow and blossom to yet another poem.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night.
Our radio.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Now, let's get into what has been making news headlines. And I start off with this story here. So, all roads are headed to Uhuru Park on Monday. And the reason as to why all roads are headed to Uhuru Park on Monday is because activist Morara Kebaso has decided to put together, he's calling it the Jobless Rally, National Rally. And so his main thing as to why he has decided to put together this whatever the rally that he's calling the national jobless rally is so that young Kenyans who do not have a job come together and work and what's the word I'm using? To come together and vouch from the government to create jobs for them. Now, let me give you a couple of the demands that he shall be looking at during that time. And this is according to Mpasho. He said that we are demanding for 6 million jobs and zero interest loans for all youth. So these are some of the grievances that he has been able to outline. The money is there. Pesa iko. Yes, university funding model is a problem, but where are the graduates going after university? He also goes on to say, yes, roads are in a poor state. How many youths have cars? Yes, SHA is not working. The youth don't have a payslip for SHA deduction or an income to contribute. Youths cannot even buy the he calls them avoidable houses, but it's affordable houses. Illegal immigrants or immigrants are taking our jobs because they are cheaper. What in the 4.2 trillion budget belongs to us? And then he goes on to say that the government needs only 360 billion to pay 1 million youths a salary of 30K per month every year. We want our share. Mmeiba sana tukiangalia tupatane Monday. Then he goes on to say that 24th of March 2025 at 9 a.m. tupatane Uhuru Park for the National Jobless Rally. Tumechoka kungoja. We cannot be angry and hungry. We cannot be jobless, cashless, and hopeless. No fight, no future. Right. There you have it, folks. I don't know. Would you go to the National Jobless Rally? And I don't know what exactly it's supposed to necessarily achieve. I'm not so sure that the government will catch whatever Morara is trying to achieve with this National Jobless Rally for sure. I do know that Kenyans will come through. Hiyo nayo najua. I mean, because first of all, as he's saying that we really do not have many youths who are employed, and so it means that a lot of them are in their communities looking for job opportunities as such. What I do, though, predict is that, one, the security is going to be beefed up. Police are going to come there and watazua rabsha kama kawaida. Like, we've seen this happening over and over again. So expect that GSU are going to come to disrupt that meeting. Also expect that goons will be hired to come and also disrupt that event. Why? Because the government, I think our current regime cannot stand people who are bold about calling them out and holding them accountable in that regard. And so if you're planning to go, which I think is a good gesture, I mean, I get why Morara Kebaso would come together, I mean, would come up with such an initiative. I just do not know that it's going to achieve what he intends to achieve. I'm sure that 6 million jobs are not going to arise just because a group of people will come together at Uhuru Park for a national jobless rally. So while I understand the heart within which he comes, while I understand the motive, while I understand the reason as to why he has put himself out on the line, because remember, this is a guy who has been finding coffins outside his home, and somebody placing pictures of his family and relatives and messages like RIP or something like that. Of course, he is under the radar of the government, and number two, he is not in the most secure place right now in terms of security and his safety. So I'm just saying, whoever is going to go into that rally on come Monday, just know that to expect anything. I think this is going to be like another mandamano of some sort where the Kenyans, the people, decentralized as they are, they come together, they vouch for what it is that they want from the government. But because we live in this regime and we live in this current government, watakuja tu wazue zogo. And that's just going to be what it's going to be. So yeah, I'll come back here and I will tell you, see, it happened, because we've seen it countless times. Yeah, but I think also the deeper conversation is, how embarrassing is it that when other countries are looking at rallies of some more exciting things, as we are here organizing a national jobless youth rally? Like, it's so unfair, it's so ashaming, or rather, it's very embarrassing that as a country that is using 680 million shillings to flag off the World Safari, I keep saying Safari Rally, but yes, Morema Safari Rally Championship. Like, I saw those digits yesterday and I was just like, my God, why are we spending so much money on the things that don't even make sense? I'm all for sports and I'm all for, whatever it can do, let it do, but we are spending money to make our country look like this, world stage, global stage country that essentially translates into appeasing the Westerners, or, that translates into appeasing the global community, the international community. You just saw the other day that KICC is yet to be installed with dancing water fountains. Again, why? Because it's an international conference center. I also saw that Bomas of Kenya wants to be upgraded into a world-class center, conferencing center. Again, why? Because international people will be coming there, and we have to sort of put up this image that everything is fine in Kenya, that we are doing fantastic, we are doing great. But really, you cannot be making, using a lot of money, wasting it on things that do not make sense to the Kenyan mwananchi. Our biggest problem right now is fix our healthcare, for example, fix our education system, fix our roads, fix our business environment. We just saw, like, one day the king and the queen of Netherlands is coming and having speeches in State House, and on the other side of the road is Jogoo Road. People are demonstrating because of the demolitions of the Soko, of their Marikiti place, where they go there to fend for their families, to go and look for their livelihoods. So it's really maddening, and we should be ashamed of ourselves as a country. So all I'm saying is that it's embarrassing that we have to create big spectacle events like the National Jobless Rally, because we have just come to the end of ourselves. And, I'm so sure that no government official is going to be there, not even the Ministry of Labor. I'm sure they're not going to be there, because, of course, it's implicating on them. And it's implicating on them because they have failed at their job big time, So, yeah, I'm a little bit here. I'm not neither here nor there with this whole entire thing, but let's wait and see what comes out of that. Let me take a quick breather, and then we come back and continue with some more news. This is Pawa Radio.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night.
Power Radio.
This is Hendrix sound.
Misikatai, unanidai, akiwalahi, ninaogopa sitadinai. I want you to lie, ni vile ali. I'm trying to find good love, baby, baby. I'll be the one for you. Baby, maybe I'll be the one for you. I'll be the one for you. I'll be the one for you. You take your love away. Take your love away. Don't you take your love away. I'll be the one for you. Don't you take your love away. Take your love away. Don't you take your love away. I'll be the one for you. The one for you. Mpenzi utangoja, yeah. Mpenzi utangoja, yeah, yeah. Sitaki we uchoke, yeah. Sitaki we uchoke, yeah. I'm trying to be the best version of myself. If you wait for me, I don't need nobody else. I'm trying to find good love, baby, maybe, and I'll be the one for you. Baby, maybe I'll be the one for you. I'll be the one for you. I'll be the one for you. You take your love away. Take your love away. Don't you take your love away. I'll be the one for you. Don't you take your love away. Take your love away. Don't you take your love away. I'll be the one for you.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night.
Power Radio.
All right, that is One For You by Miss Fee, and it's playing right here on Power Radio. This is the Power Morning Drive. All right, let's move on to the Daily Nation. And the big story, of course, yesterday that happened is Raila's big harvest. That's what the paper says. But yesterday, the president was able to do some nominations here and there. And I'm going to take you through some of the things that he was able to rearrange. So the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga's handshake with President William Ruto is paying dividends, with the latest changes landing the ODM chief 14 principal secretary posts as the duo's broad-based, somebody called it bread-based, government continues to take shape. But the reshuffle will come at a huge cost to already overburdened Kenyan taxpayers, given that no single official has been sacked to pave the way for the new entrants. Now, let me just give you some of the new names that were appointed, others were demoted, others were moved, others were promoted, and yada yada yada. All right, we start with Aden Abdi Mila, Shipping and Maritime Affairs, was appointed. We also have Judy Pareno, Justice, Human Rights and Constitutional Affairs. Dr. Caroline Karugu, East African Community Affairs. Dr. Oluga Ouma was appointed into medical services. Fikirini Kahindi Jacobs was appointed into the youth affairs. We also have Stephen Isaboke, broadcasting and telecommunications. Of course, this comes after the former principal secretary of Ford Broadcasting and Telecommunications, Professor Edward Kisiangani, who now has been named as a special advisor to the president. We also have Dr. Boniface Makoha, economic planning, Professor Abdul Razak Shaukat, science, research and innovation. And lastly, we have Karen Aching, children welfare services. Those are just fresh appointees. Then those that have been moved, Julius Bitok into the immigration to basic education, Dr. Bello Kipsang, basic education to immigration. We also have Elijah Mwangi, mining to sports, Ismail Made, youth affairs to special programs, Teresia Mbaika from devolution to aviation, and Harry Kimtai, medical services to mining. And the one that has been promoted out of this is Mr. Amos Gadesha, the former public service principal secretary. When he appeared before the National Assemblies, he has been promoted to deputy head of the public service. And of course, one that people are wondering is how did Susan Nakumicha, she's been appointed into the UN Habitat, and we also have Peter Tum into Kinshasa as the ambassador, and then James Muhati as the Consul General Guangzhou, China. So those are some of the reshuffles that have come out of the Raila Ruto handshake, and of course, many people have a lot of the things, many people have everything to say. And yesterday, social media was looking quite hilarious. Just wondering exactly how did some of these people make it into whatever positions they've made it, because if you look at some of the track records of these people, number one, you will realize that, for example, the cabinet secretary Susan Nakumicha, who was just ousted from the cabinet secretary she was the former cabinet secretary of health. A lot of mishaps happened during her tenure, which also did not last as long. This was a time that the cabinet did a reshuffle as well. And so most questions are around the competency of these persons, of these people that have been moved from one place to the other. So the issues of competency, I mean, we also know that big issues are arising, about corruption allegations, for instance. That is something that we also should be looking towards. But then again, the basis upon which the nominations have been made is what most Kenyans are questioning. What is the basis of these people being taken to the places that they have been taken? And because others have not just coming out of nowhere, we've seen their work, we've seen what they are capable of or what they are not capable of. How come reshuffling is the thing that we have run into? And so I think the level of accountability in this country is something that needs to really be on an all-time high, so that we can not shoot ourselves in the foot again, because removing, for example, a former cabinet secretary from one docket and giving them like an international job as big and as huge as an ambassadorial role, it becomes a little bit dicey there, because now moving from local politics into international politics and diplomacy and international relations, that's a different ballgame altogether. And so I think the biggest questions that Kenyans have is that, will they do the job that they need to do? Will they represent the country well? But more so, reshuffling doesn't necessarily mean that things are moving towards the right direction. I mean, we've seen it countless times. It's our biggest issue in Kenya is not really individual based. It's a systemic problem. So today you might you're replacing people, but really you're replacing the problem with another problem. That's what it is. And so if we can find a way to ensure that we create synergies between who gets to do what, and people that can change systems, people that are not necessarily there to place yes men and yes women for the government, but people who are excited about changing systems. I think then we can start having a conversation about progress. But until we do that, please, we shouldn't get excited about replacing problems with more problems, which is a problem in this country in and of itself. And that story leads me to the end of our conversation today on local and international news roundup. It is now top of the hour, 9 a.m. East African time sharp. Let me take a quick breather. My guest is already here. I shall be talking to Musaa King. He's a poet. And we are looking at, poetry. What is the state of poetry in Kenya? It being the 21st of March, we always celebrate World Poetry Day annually on this day. And so it's very important and pertinent for us to have discussions around poetry and its contributions towards society. So let me take a quick break. When I come back, we get into our day's conversation. This is Pawa Radio.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night.
Pawa Radio.
Pressure, ona vile inatupeleka. Pesa, kikosa leo unakesha na kuna kesho. Tulia kidogo, ganga ya leo, na ukinge moyo wako, moyo wako. We've made it this far, we're gonna be okay. Scars that help us find our way. And when it gets dark and you cannot feel my faith, pick up the guitar and sing a song again.
Wanyoike, timgi machunyi dwaro, dwaro. Kongena mungeyo, kima kinyopango, ni cage we ran away from misery. We had to pay for it dearly. Tutachelewa, lakini ndoto zetu hatutachorea. We've made it this far, we're gonna be okay. Wonderful scars that help us find our way. And when it gets dark and you cannot feel my pain, pick up your guitar and sing our song again.
Dear Mr. President, wewe ulitafuta kura na ukapata. Sisi tulipata rais lakini hatuna uhuru, na tuna feel useless unless tunapiga kura ama tunalipa ushuru. Kwa nchi mwananchi analipa standing charges kwa kila kitu ndio MP apate sitting allowance. Kwa nchi mayouth wanawawa daily na slogan ya kifo ni only live once. Kwa nchi hakuna kazi, Mayouth kila mahali inabidi wamejiandika kama Flozz mauano. Hii gavani kama mtu wako accused innocently juu haijafanya kitu na ni baada miaka 5. Na mayouth wakipata kazi, nani ataenda weekday hizo mikutano? Viongozi tumeandika ndo wanatuambia tusome tujiandike. Wezi ni our leaders na ushenzi ni kungoja wajishike. Hakuna kazi, wasanii ndo inabidi wameemploy gestures. Inchi mnatumia mabilioni kupanda nyasi na wasichana wetu wanawawa Middle East wakitafuta greener pastures. Kwa nchi university education imekuwa bure, hata servants wako na masters. Kwa nchi hata chief justice ana cry for justice. Dear Mr. President, hakuna mtu akoshua na hii katiba, ndio maana lawyers wana practice. Hii nchi inaweza kulia ndoto. Nikigrow nilikuwa na dream ya kuwa daktari, sahi I'm just patient. Dear Mr. President, is it possible for one to commit suicide then someone else andike his own suicide note like Sergeant Kenei? Na tukiaward Githeri man, tunakumbuka Major Serenei. Dear Mr. President, atungekubali hiyo ndege ingie, ama what's your take? Why take precautions after making careless mistake? Sasa tuna suspend learning while in real sense tunge suspend flights. Correct me if I'm wrong, but truth is it's wrong we trusted some of you with our rights. Dear Mr. President, do you know the leaders of tomorrow are dying today? Ni guts tu hakuna, but everyone has something to say. Manifesto hope hazina, our mothers have resorted to pray. Dear Mr. President, na hawa watoto wa CBC nani atawafunza hiyo A? Tumechoka, even Rihanna doesn't want you to stay. Na thieves at night ni the government of the day. Dear Mr. President, what word means more to you? Is it the word voters or citizens? Na kama unajali, mbona wakulima wajapata dividends? Na kama unajua wezi ni kina nani, ya nini bado unangoja evidence? Press conference na watu wanakufa, who cares for the goddamn prominence? Dear Mr. President, mbona mna create policies for the same hospitals samwezi jitibu? The only local facility mna imani nayo ni Lee. Wachana na match za ronga, ufisadi kwa serikali yako ni Z. Sasa corona itumade jumko na deni ya kina Jet Li. Bado mabilioni zinaibiwa kwa nchi, economy ni mbaya. Kuna kitu mnajua na mtu ambii. Dear Mr. President, na kama masikio si mapambo, mbona hata tukiongea hamtusikii? Dear Mr. President, thank you for building roads in cities our citizens cannot afford to live in. Thank you for appointing leaders in offices the qualified cannot qualify to sit in. Dear Mr. President, are you against or for us? Do we need to elect photographers? Do clearly leaders have lost focus? Na tunashtuliwa na nzige kwa nchi since independence, viongozi ndo wamekuwa locust. Dear Mr. President, sanaa hailipi, viongozi ndio kona publicity stand, utadhani wamekuwa acrobat. Mwananchi ana dance to your songs, utadhani Rigobat. Track record iko beyond zero, wenye wanaiba sana ndo tunaona kama hero. Magavana ndo the real enemy of devolution. Apart from clause ya power, nini ingine mna respect kwa hii constitution? Tumeturn blind eye kwa corruption, si hata mngefanya kazi ndo tuone. Sasa bado mna entertain flights kurely on methali, ati mgeni akuje mwenyeji yapone. Dear Mr. President, but nani alisema tupige full suit? Sasa Nairobi me move from one corrupt hand to the other. We've got love for the game but not for one another. Dear Mr. President, sasa juu tuko na deni ya China, tukuambia ukweli ama tukuache alone? Of late mmelala kwa kazi, hata waseni wa gengeton wamewashinda. Squeezy wao wana perform, kwa hii gava ina rely on results za Kipchoge. To evidently nyi hamna track record. Tuna entertain corona kwa inchi 2020, bado watu wanakufa na typhoid. Graduate anaendesha boda boda, sanity iko caged. Government offices zimekuwa home for the aged. Dear Mr. President, na the stadium in Wote bado iko kama point kwa manifesto for the next election. The word our youth is used to solicit vote in any election. Dear Mr. President, vile hii serikali yako iko na ghost workers, utadhani na operate in the afterlife. Politician ni madokta na ugonjwa ufisadi umeshindwa kujitibu. Mtu ana mshahara milioni 1 ndio common mwananchi anaita hustler bila aibu. Tuna build bridges na chini hakuna maji, jundo ina leak. Hakuna mtu ako sure of their mandate, hata polisi wako 50-50 right now as we speak. Hii peace ni requiem mass, tutazika wapi? Economy iko critically sick.
Dear Mr. President, do you know some of the people who elected you are not proud of their choices? Since wapange lines, wakuchague wanapanga even longer lines, now looking for government services. Na pesa ipatikani kama civil servants on weekdays kwa government offices. Mbona mnaiba na kujificha kwa dini? Na sisi sio Colgate, basi mbona mnatufinyilia chini? Na kabla to address the elephant in the room, dear Mr. President, how did it even get there? Hii relationship yetu ya kura always ends in tears. Hakuna one-term president, so technically in Kenya, elections huwa after 10 years. Tunaogopa Miguna kushinda corona, tumeshindwa hata kuchuza our fears. Kuna wale walivote na hawezi stomach the fact they repeated the same mistake twice. You can lie with the truth, but you can't use the truth to tell lies. We need solutions. Hakuna otherwise. Time is ticking. Even fools read the clockwise. Let's talk about morals. Dear Mr. President, tunaishi kwa inchi pia your deputy
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night.
Power Radio.
We, tunaogopa Miguna kushinda corona. We, so umetukelelesha. Anyway, shout out to our boy Willie Oweba there with Mr. President, and it's playing right here on Power Radio. This is the Power Morning Drive Show. My name is Anne Wanyoike, and see, I told you I'm not like your Kasongo. I promise and I deliver. So, yes, my guest is already in studio. Yay! And Musaa King in the building. Musaa King is a poet. He's a performing artist as well. And so we shall be looking at poetry in terms of where the industry is with him, and also get to hear about his journey in the world of poetry as well. So I'm pretty stoked about that. But before we get into that, remember you can get in touch with us on our social media handles. We are at Power Radio across Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, as well as the infamous X. You can also find this live broadcast on our YouTube channel. We are at Power Radio. Kindly go out there, subscribe. You know, it's poetic justice if you do that for us. Yeah, can we do that? Yes, we can. And also you can get us in touch with us on our website www.power254.org/Power Radio. Mr. Musaa King.
Yeah, man.
You are in the building.
Yeah.
You yourself in the flesh. Karibu sana.
I feel excited.
Yeah, we are excited to have you as well. Happy World Poetry Day.
Happy too.
Oh my goodness. Karibu sana Power Radio. Sasa kwa mafans wenye hawakujui, wenye hawajai kuona manze, do introduce, waambie wase who is Musaa King bana? What are you about? And then we get into our conversation.
Musaa King is a spoken word performing artist, a poetry trainer, and an entrepreneur.
All right.
I do train kids poetry at Madari Slums.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I've been doing poetry for the last 10 years. I started poetry when I was 9 years old, by the way. That is back in 2012.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is Musaa.
That is Musaa.
Yeah.
That's basically what you are all about. So maybe, today we are marking World Poetry Day. And we couldn't have this day without the work that you guys as poets do, right?
Yeah.
So I wonder, what does this day for you as a poet, as a performing artist look like? Like, what does it mean for you, this World Poetry Day?
It means a lot. At least I feel poets are being appreciated. Celebrating this day for poets, it's like honoring them, giving them that respect that this kind of creativity existing. You see, poetry is not like music. Poetry is not like any other art. Poetry is that poetry is that specific in its own. It has only that uniqueness,
Yeah.
So celebrating this day to me, I'm like, damn, someone else there is supporting what I'm actually doing.
Yeah. And, the theme of this year's World Poetry Day is poetry for peace and unity. I wonder what comes to mind when you think of, there is a connection between poetry in fighting for peace and unity. And, we cannot talk about peace and unity without talking about the turmoil that has been happening in various parts of the country, various parts of the world. We are just seeing for instance, Congo, there's a whole war happening there. And I cannot forget to mention maybe the Gaza Strip, Palestine. I mean, all these wars, they're happening along a lot in the different parts of the world. So what do you see the role and the contribution of poetry being to speak to these issues of justice and unity and harmony as well as peace?
I feel poetry is the voice of the voiceless. It speaks about people cannot even raise their voices. From the wars of the Palestine and what
Congo.
happened, I feel there's someone out there who cannot speak.
Yeah.
Maybe it's being attacked or in any form. So as a poet, sitting at the corner as the third party looking at what is happening,
Yes.
I feel when a poet writes, he writes in the mind of that person. What the person is going through. Poets, we have this thing in us.
Yeah.
When we write with the emotion of that person.
Yes.
How that person will react.
Yes.
So I feel poetry in promoting peace and unity is one of the key things that is being campaigned on. I feel a country is not a country without peace and unity.
Yes.
So I feel the role of poetry is to point those bad governance, those war, what is happening around the community, and everything about social lives, how we interact with people, how we interact with the government,
Yes.
and people at large. So poetry is pointing out those pinpoints.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And, now let's get even to know a little bit more about who you are as a poet.
Yeah.
Where did the love for poetry begin? Can you trace where it all began?
It began back in Madare slums.
Okay.
That is back in 2012.
Okay.
I never knew poetry existed.
Oh, ever?
I never knew poetry existed. Back in the slums, you only succeed when you're a footballer or education.
This is true. I'm a product of the slums, I know.
So this time, the school director brings someone by the name Griffins Ndine. Griffins Ndine is a poet, a very known poet. He's the one who trained us for the last, for 4 years before me joining to high school. That's why I knew poetry existed. Man, that thing was fun.
Yeah.
I joined because, one, it was fun.
Yeah.
Then, after performing, rehearsals, kuna that kandizi, for supporting a kid.
Yeah.
So that's the time I knew poetry existed.
Okay.
Yeah. Then after training, we used to be taken to perform in different places. That is back in Kenya National Theatre. You're ever there every Thursday. National Museums of Kenya, Bomas, every poetry places, Karen Village.
Yeah.
We keep on performing. And as a kid, you learn with what you see.
Yeah.
You see what's happening around, and you're like, I also want to write like other people are writing.
Yeah.
So that's back in 2012. Slammed, by the way. Slammed also this year, January. Yeah, that's when I knew poetry existed, back in 2012.
And then you decided that this is something that you want to do with your life.
When you accept the art accepts you back.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
We are in Africa where wazazi unaenda unaambia mzazi ati mimi sasa nataka kuwa msanii. What are those? How did that conversation go?
For me, it's different. My dad always supports me.
Okay.
In terms of transport. In terms of, to small advice. My dad also comes to my shows.
Okay.
And my dad supports me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're one of the lucky ones. But speaking of support now, hatuwezi ongelelea kuhusu usanii na tukose kuongelelea kuhusu creative economy. Like venye industry imesetiwa up. Ni challenges gani manzi zenye mnapitianga kama wasanii? Because najua ni kibao.
For one, poets are never appreciated. You can attend any event and poets anachukuliwaga like, these are just poets, they are never given that respect that this is also an art. Other thing is there are too many upcoming artists.
Yeah. Is that a challenge or a good thing?
It's a good thing, but
Yeah.
the thing is everyone wants to like they want to be paid in a show and they're not yet there to be paid, you know.
By they're not there yet, you
Yet
mean
I mean
skill wise? Hawajafikia ile level ya skills kama
you see this is what I mean.
yeah.
You can be in industry like for 10 years. I think you're qualified to go for gigs.
Okay.
But someone
Ametoka tu hapa juzi.
and he wants to be paid, you know. Then kuna hizo tumalawano kidogo like you know unaniita show and you know you're not paying me.
Okay.
Then other thing about artists is I think we need to work on creativity, I feel.
Okay. You feel poets are not as creative?
They are creatives,
Yeah.
but I mean in terms of skill wise, you know. Kila mtu anaweza kuwa msanii, hata wewe unaweza kuwa msanii, unaget. But sasa haimaanishi siku ya kwanza ya pili then you're boom, you know. It needs steps, you know, but people don't appreciate the steps, unapata. Other challenge ni poets tunakuaga tu.
Okay.
See, I feel the government does not support this art that much in terms of even funds and everything. Zinakujanga tu once, you know. Inakuja like once in maybe 3 months or 5. So at artists tunafaa tena tuanze kutafuta those spaces and we start, you know. Yeah, I feel the other challenge ni artists are never appreciated that much.
Okay.
Sana poets.
Yes.
Yeah.
You also say that you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And I wonder is you know, because wasanii sana wanakasirikanga wakiulizangwa hii swali that are you a full-time artist? Wanasemanga yes I am, but then unapata kuna wasee wenye wame decide, you know, they are going to yes ni wasanii but also carve out a different income stream for themselves. And for example for you, as you've said, you're an entrepreneur, so hiyo design ya financial literacy na kujisustain kama msanii, what can we do more to ensure that wengine wanajituma zaidi na zaidi hivyo? Like ni vizuri yes, like uko poa umepata usanii but like huwezi tegemea tu usanii peke yake. So unaweza, how did you end up being an entrepreneur and what are your words to people who do not know where to begin, who are especially wasanii kama poets?
To be an artist, you have to accept that you need another source
of income
to support your art. You know, you cannot tegemea this thing like for your lifetime. You see, because you need transport to and fro to go to those shows where you'll get that money. I feel you need to do something else. If you focus on art yenyewe, you'll end up being disappointed at one point. And you know that comes with the depression and a lot of stress. You need to look at something that gives you money apart from what you're doing as art. Yeah. As for me, being an entrepreneur is something amazing. I do sell dresses, by the way.
Oh, umetuletea samples. Umeniletea samples. Surely huwezi kuwa umekuja na hujaniletea samples.
One day I will.
Hii ni maneno gani Musa bana? All right.
I feel you know, apart from art, the other part of the business, supports my bills and everything. So hata hizi do za artists kikam, they have something to do.
Yes, unazi-reinvest.
Una figure out place utazieka tu.
Yeah.
Yeah, as an artist, you need to have another source of income.
Yeah. All right. So let's do for us a piece. We tupeleke for our first break. Yeah. And then we come back and we continue talking more about poetry in Kenya. Now, I would be really interested to hear, you know, the conversations that you're having with other poets, like wasanii mnafikiria aje kuhusu the current times that we are living in. And I know they are very interesting times, but tupeleke kwa break na peace. You can
Since
look
we
at
are-
which camera. Camera 1 or camera 2? That one.
Since we are advocating for good governance,
Yes.
luxury perform an activist piece. So kwa keyboard ya life kuna space. Take notes kwa hii inchi hakuna change. Maskini atanyongwa, tajiri atabaki akihang around. Pesa itabonga. Kama una, be ready to tie the knot. Njogoo itawika lakini polisi ndo atakok. Tuna beg for our life ni kaa kifo ina knock. Polisi ameshindwa kukop. Nikawa kwa madawa. Action. Wanataka kuitake mara moja. Najua si wachezaji wa mpira lakini wametuspot. Wako employed kutufire. Vijanani mbegu before tichipuke polisi ndo wana shoot. Kuna orders kwa parliament lakini ni corruption wana serve. Nasikia kuna speaker lakini sauti zetu zimekataa kusikika. After 5 years loud silence itasikika. Tuko kwa line collect governor shinda kwa bana senator akiraise the spirit. Ati kwa hii kiti ni nani ata stand out? Si basi tupigane ndasipate kura mwenye si wetu kabila. Lies za politician tumeshindwa kukaa bila. Tuko glued on politics na kuna vitu tumeshindwa kushikanisha. Media utachoma picha ndio alishindwa kufocus. Barabara isafishe politician anapita na focus. Headline kwa magazeti vifo ndio mada kwa hii inchi. Hata madentist wamekosa baraka za Mola. Kuna lot of accident na wa super highway sita mention. Blood is thicker na white na portion ndogo kwa bandera. Vipi sauti ya mnyonge taskika? M16 itatumika na polisi wajaitimu watabinduki kuishika. Politician atabonga kilami. Mwana inchi atatamak kwa barabara za mara. Mnilini change itafika. Kama wewe unabraibiwa na 50 na unajua vizuri life si 50-50. Mama mboga kuna beef for 7 days amesukuma wiki. Wanafunzi wanavumilia class na njaa hata kama maswali ni mboga but exam hazifiki. Walimu wanapigwa kalamu juu wamekosa mapeni na kuna kazi tawa book. Hospitali hakuna madawa yet politician ana tablets anapeleka bibi for a treat. Kuna ubaguzi wa rangi. Kwa mashindano mbio tumeshindwa kumaliza race. Watoto wanaenda shule bila viatu jikitu kama shoeless. Job amenyimwa kazi juu ya second. Niko na swali. Protesters wakichoma shule na wanafunzi waki encourage na school motto. Education is the key lakini success iko locked. Take notes ukitaka this time hadi makanga na demand for real change. Yeah.
Wow. Hey. Snap.
Shukran sana.
We will come back to talk about that. Let's take a quick breather. When we come back, we start with that piece. What exactly his mind frame was when he was doing the piece, when he was writing it, and everything that he has been able to capture in that piece. Has he started living his Kenyan dream? We'll find out after this short break.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night.
Power Radio.
Dear X, I want a rematch. I really do. You know, I've been making some thinking lately and I reckon that when you found me I was still naive and Adam who didn't see this snake in your tongue. And no, don't let this smile kid you, cause I am mad as hell on an Easter Sunday. And in this acting shenanigans have become an adult. In your manipulative games I shall no longer play part. I have learned that there is power in the language of the tongue, not correlating with that of the actions. You have taught me well that you can stand before people and say, water gives life. And then use the same water to life out of peaceful demonstrations. People say that men can live in the desert with no water. You have done worse. You abandoned me in the floods without a twig to cling on. Do you know what irritates me the most about you? Clearly you don't. I forgot you never listen. Well, here it is. It's cause you act like you're surprised that I'm referring to you as X. You never pay attention to my hashtags on Twitter, do you? With a straight face you book more and 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 more deduction from my salary in the name of housewife allowance, and then expect me to believe you when you say that, honey, I love you so much. Oh dear,
You're such an actor. You deserve a Grammy or even an Oscar for the last prayer scenes you keep organizing, playing both the role of Jesus and Judas. Who told you I need a house? Such a kiss on my cheek. And why do you clench your fist, ready to start war when I ask you to explain why war in a far place has fueled the hike of fuel prices in our home when our neighbors who purchase the same fuel have theirs at a cheaper price? It's only an explanation I'm asking for. Don't I deserve that too? Oh dear, you've pulled too many surprises on me. You're the pinnacle infamous example of online shopping. I mean, what you order versus what you get. What are the numerous abroad trips for? You're supposed to be my sunshine, but now in this home, you have become nothing but a flash. And no, I don't enjoy an iota of your travel stories. Them fake abroad jobs? Hell no. I thought you had to utilize my wits in building this home, not to brain drain me. Oh wait, I just recalled this one. What do you take me for? I mean, where did you get the audacity to tell me that my fingers can command a laptop to shit money? Oh dear, you're without doubt proven to be a serial liar. A con. Why did you bring me fake maize fertilizer? Of all the places you can take me for a holiday, dear, why Haiti? You dare say that I do not appreciate how well you treat me when you can't even pay my doctors. You dare call me lazy, that all I want is to receive and I don't want to work for it. Have you seen me in Nairobi CBD, running helter-skelter playing hide and seek with your boys in my attempts to finance your budget? I guess you haven't seen me in the overhead sun, trying to earn a shade for us. Have you seen me in Mombasa, sweating profusely in my attempt to extinguish the fire that your debts have set in my pocket? I guess you haven't seen me in Kisumu either, languishing in despair after your friend has stopped me from fishing in Megingo. Clearly you have no idea how hard it is to raise capital in this city of Nakuru. Clearly you know nothing about me. When here I thought that we are all animals, it turns out I'm just but a donkey. And you are a pig. And now you're even bringing your fellow pigs to a matrimonial bed. Oh dear, I want a rematch so bad. I really do. I'm done being in this cage. I want to be a free bird.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night.
Our radio.
All right, that is Dear X by Oyamo Richard, and it's playing right here on Power Radio. We are still talking about poetry. It being the World Poetry Day, we are here joined in studio with the one and only poet and performing artist, Mr. Musaa King. And we have been looking at his journey in the poetry scene and also the contributions of poetry, you know, towards amplifying voices and amplifying the issues that we on a daily basis grapple with. And we just, before we left on a break, we just listened to a piece that he was able to do, a piece about governance. And I'm very curious to, first of all, that was really, really amazing. I love your technique in the way you have layered the ways that you're dealing with our socio-political realities in Kenya. Ni nini ilikuinspire kuandika your piece?
How people interact with the government and how the government responds back. Nikisema kwa keyboard ya life kuna space, it means this something that the government has not fulfilled, you know, that's the space. And how people react back, you see how the police brutality is also part of the piece, you know. Police bado wajui kutumia the M16, they're just shooting everywhere, you know.
Yeah.
So it's how the government responds back to the people.
Yeah.
Brutally, I will say that.
Brutally, that, yeah, for sure. All right. Na sasa, when we were having the conversation earlier, you said that mental health challenges kwa wasanii ni kitu tricky tu sana. Like, I mean, tell us more about that, because najua una dealingi na wasanii wengi, and you know, these are things that you even yourself maybe have gone through, and how can we help artists to address the issue of mental health?
I think the issue of mental health, it comes with a lot of expectations. Artists expect much in their art, in a sense of it does not give back, you know.
Are you saying that artists have way too high unrealistic expectations?
If you've been doing this thing for the longest time and you don't see the return, you know, maybe someone does not give you the respect that you've been doing this thing, you know. Also, it comes with the target audience. Maybe they need something from you in a way that you cannot express it in that way. You know? It's like someone forcing an activist to write about kitu haezi, as in to write about mapenzi ya kawaida. You are putting an artist in a way, he's trapped in a way, you know. The another thing pia ni about depression and everything ni when you feel now as in you're stuck somewhere.
Yes.
You're stuck in a way that you don't get support.
Yes.
People not appreciating your work. Like you're just there, you know. Everyone calls you the biggest artist, you know. Like make it but uja make it, you know. Everyone's unexpect you should be somewhere there because I've been doing this thing for the longest time.
Right.
And you're not yet there, you know. So the issue of mental health comes with a lot of expectation, especially for artists.
Yeah.
Wow.
I understand that there's an upcoming event. Tell us about that event. How can we come? How much is it? When? Where? All the things. All the details.
Being divine, it's all about self. Talking about, it's all about being you, being divine. It will be happening on 6th of April, Spills House, Ecosides Westlands. Ticket going for 1,000 shillings.
All right.
Yeah.
Spills House iko wapi?
Westlands.
Along which road?
Kwa stage.
Okay.
Westlands kwa stage.
The stage for going into town or
into town
along Wanyoike way?
Yeah, nice. Along Wanyoike.
Along Wanyoike way.
Yeah.
Okay, so how many wasanii wagani watakuwa pale na what is the event really about? Is it coming to see poetry live or is there more?
It's all about poetry and music. Yeah, we'll be having Divine himself, a guy called Divine.
Yeah.
Featuring Musaa King, Pain 217. She's a very nice vocalist. And Shadivas is a very good instrumentalist.
Okay.
Yeah. These 4 giants will be dressing the occasion about being you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 6th of April.
6th of April.
Kwanzia saa ngapi?
Kwanzia saa 10.
Is it a Saturday?
Friday. Yeah.
Okay. Sa musiseme siwapeangi form. Do your form.
Imejileta.
Yeah, imejileta. Wow. Do you mind doing another piece for us?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll do a piece centered on the social lives, yeah. Nice one. So mama wa kinyozi anaitwa baba. Jufadha alishindwa kuprovide. Wana watoto wajalala for days lakini bado wana dream. Nyumbani buda ni pombe na miadarati zina mdrag. Ni vipi watoto watapass exam na uso zina cuts. Baba wanamjua kama Kaisari mpe chake. Mshirika lakini anashinda na wanawake. Atajificha na methali za mababu ati mtoto akililia wembe mpe na wake alishindwa kumreiza. Watoto na vikombe ameshinda njaa. Waondo mebreadwinner yet chai kwao inakaa ngumu. Wazazi wameshindwa kuelea juni walezi. Ona vile society rotten. Washirika wamechoka na teachings za bigoten. A man will leave his father. Kwa harusi fundo wa kiatu ni pasta naunganisha souls. Yet kwa makaburi plaster utumika kucement their love. Binadamu wanachuki. Kuna vifo kwa barabara juu watu walipuuza sheria za michuki. Boy yako base ndo acidic. Anatumika kusupply binduki ndo ana living watu wana roho chafu. Mwenye ako na omo. Ako ni stores anahitaji sunlight but anasahau the giver. Ona mkulima mahindi ni mshamba after kuwa konda na fake fertilizer ni amazing. Vile tumeshindwa kugrow. Hakuna progress. Walimu wameshindwa kuexchange ideas juu public school wana keep their things private. Tulipoteza wa roots na bado tuko grounded na fake religion. Lord forgive us. Kwa kosa kumwaga food na jirani alikosa. Usikubali mtoto kuwa mzazi. Ona manager kijama simkate breadwinner. Wacha familia skini wajue kuna time on top wata reach. Funda viatu pia atakula bata. Hata mtoto akifeli asikose mapenzi ya mzazi mlezi ni prayers tu na make. Tupe answers juu kwa mosque watu wana swali. Deni ulilipa Calvary na bado tunakopa. Silver na gold ni zako but minus wanasota additional taxes. Watu wako divided bank. Iko na conducive environment but waka sawana compound interest. Kuna priest but when it comes to believing there's none. Ushagua kuna maendeleo. Watu walitoka na business idea juu Nairobi ndo capital but opportunity belongs to chosen few. White collar jobs not wako na degrees but they're still bachelors. School dropout ndo marriage counselors. Tuko blessed with so many banks lakini Batimaya aliona ni Yesu pekee ana save. Well turning masters to be slaves. Inchi imegeuka Sodom and Gomorrah. What God did there I can't explain. Only Abraham knows a lot. What happened was terror. Like Magadi, kuna na wake wana extract chumvi but they can't take the insult ya kuambia wana flavor. Chunga ulimi. Shukran sana.
Nice. Snap.
Shukran sana.
Sema, ati like Magadi wana extract salt but
Like Magadi kuna na wake wana extract chumvi but they can't take the insult ya kuambia wana flavor. Chunga ulimi.
Yeah. Love.
Shukran sana.
I love it. I mean, guy, where do poets get words? Munatoanga wapi hizi ma inspo? Where do you get your inspiration from?
It depends on the artist himself. Kuna wale kama mimi they come naturally.
Si sorry basi.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Kuna wale they have to listen to music ndio iwalete to that mood. Kuna wale they have to write. Waandike tu kando, you know. Inspiration is everywhere by the way.
Right.
From the environment.
Yeah.
Ukitembea.
Sasa huku hizi magraffiti zina kuinspire ukiangalia.
Yeah. This is how artists express themselves sana.
Yeah.
When we don't have voices, you know. This is how we express ourselves in graffiti just to tell how oppressed we are. Yeah.
Wow. Do you find a lot of time yourself being angry about the situations that we are living through? Because I think poetry, for you to be a poet, there's just a way that you have to access an anger and rage so that you can express it through your poetry, especially kama una deal na stories za governance manzi, because El Chapo atakuja kupromise machapo 1 million and then manze, like how what is the interplay between rage, anger and your poetry?
For artists to write especially about the government in our lowest point, when we feel now we are being that too much oppressed, you know. That's where we write, you know. In the time you become creative in your lowest point, because in the time sasa you start thinking of the government, you know, how the government has done to the people. Start thinking about how the society is reacting, how things are happening too fast. You'll write at your lowest point when you feel that you're too much oppressed. That's where you write.
But also, it's not just about oppression. I mean, do you have happy pieces?
Of course.
Do you write about happy things?
Happy things?
Yes.
Yeah, I write about happy things. Anytime sasa, you know, feel like, you know, their spirit is somewhere else, you know. It's all about being you know. As an artist, everyone has his own form of style and writing and creativity.
Yes.
For someone else to write, if he has to listen to music, he has to listen to the music that gives him the mood of writing a piece.
Yeah.
If it's a happy piece, he'll definitely write a happy piece. If it's a sad piece, he'll write a sad piece.
That's true.
It depends with how you view it and which angle.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I want to talk about poetry na kulipa. Poetry na lipa.
Vibaya sana.
Ebu niambie.
Poetry pays.
Yeah.
For one, about the gigs. Two, I'm a poetry trainer. So I earn.
Oh, okay.
Every month.
So when you're training, tell us a little bit about your training.
I do train kids, you know. This thing is generational.
Okay.
Like we have to have poets after poets after poets, you know. Because one day Musaa will be gone, but there will be a kid who will replace Musaa.
Yes.
Yeah. So those kids are amazing.
Yeah.
I wish
So
one
is
day
in
you'll see them.
Mathare.
Yeah,
You would
Mathare.
have carried one today.
I wish.
Next time?
Next time.
Yeah?
Next time.
I will put you accountable to that.
I promise.
Yes.
Poetry for one, when you write for other poets, they pay you.
Yeah, man.
That's earning too. When you put up your own show, it pays. Poetry pays. Poetry is just like any other art outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So did you said you grew up in Mathare?
Yeah.
So growing up in Mathare, of course, it's not an easy place
Not
to
the
grow
best.
up. Not necessarily. Then you stumble upon this thing called poetry, And I wonder, when you were growing up, what do you wish you could have gotten as a child that perhaps did not cater to the artistry, to your poetry, to something that you would have wanted to become or be, but you did not get it from growing up in Mathare?
First, growing up in Mathare is a challenge by itself. A very big challenge. You see, me deciding this is my art, for one, it's me hiding in poetry.
Okay.
Because back then, you know how slums are,
Yeah.
about drugs, about crime and everything. So that was the only way I could hide myself in poetry. The things, I don't think I got everything I wanted.
Okay.
Not from the parents, but from the love in the community.
Yeah.
You see, for one, I went in one of the best schools in Mathare. Not a public school, but a private one. Madre Mazuri was one of the best schools.
Okay.
For one, it provided lunch.
Okay.
Which was so hard for other schools to provide.
Yeah.
Because you have to go now from home to school,
and come back,
And now this school now provides lunch. That is one way to keep a child in school.
Yeah.
When you provide lunch. Then from Monday to Friday at school. Then Saturday we have this, this poetry training. It keeps a child there in school. So I think it separated me from the crime and how, and things happening around, So to me, I feel there's peace in poetry because that's how we express ourselves. That's how we speak. I feel poetry, I don't know about other form of art, but I feel poetry is a way of expression. You speak what other people are not saying, I think growing up, I grew up with a lot of love.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's good. That's good to hear. Maybe we can hear a happy piece as we take another break.
Happy piece?
Yeah. Do you have any happy piece?
I have a happy piece right now.
Okay. You can do any piece. It's fine.
Any piece?
Yes. Any piece.
I'm like opening pages.
You're
and
perusing
pages and pages.
Hey, I can't wait to do so much with my life that ninashindwa nitaanzia wapi.
Baraka ni nyingi,
Yeah.
Which piece will I perform today?
Okay. Think about it. Let's take a quick breather with a song and then tutaingia na piece. So that's going to be enough time for you to peruse through your million poetry pieces. I love it. Well, I think you are AI before AI.
Bigger than AI.
Awesome. Haya, acha tuchukue break alafu tutaingia na poetry piece yake. We'll see you.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night.
Power Radio.
Wagwan Nairobi. Y'all know what it is. We've got 5 mics on the track. We're about to tell you who's taking over.
Yeah, feel the heat when we come through Party Nation. Sexy people around me, Party Nation. All of them man, them looking so fly. Sexy girl, them wiggle and wine. On your feet, boogie and grind. MDQ, baby girl, one time.
Hivi si ufanyaga, si ndio show si upataga, si kwenye flow uko ndo uwaga, champemo mpaka tunamwaga, remember ukuni matanga, boss lady mimi ndo semanga, na wapanga muda na wachanga, mko nje mkisota mkimanga manga, mi
J's on my feet. Inyaga, ride on the beat. Tazama, I'm a hot tip, black butter on the right.
I see evuzwa na mama, yeah, my, yeah. Afuzwa ena ulimwengu. Wacha tupatane pataye, yeah. Mbeleni mtatufahamu. Hatutakoma, hatuchoki. Kuwapikia tu matamu. Mazuri twakupa kama kawaida. Twazidi kutisha hiskwani ya bala.
Yeah, feel the heat when we come through Party Nation Squad. Sexy people around me, Party Nation Squad. All of the man them looking so fly. Sexy girl them wiggle and wine. On your feet, boogie and grind. Kagwe, let me hear you say.
Ish bana, niko gauge sana, safi sana. Ati leo hakuna kulala, Fena Mayonde, Modoni drama queen, Blinky Kagwe, you know kama kawaida it's typical. Confidential, bad man jump again, do again. Happy mention, squad up, congregate. Confidential, bad man jump again, do again. Happy mention, squad up, congregate.
Yeah, feel the heat when we come through Party Nation Squad. Sexy people around me, Party Nation Squad. All of the man them looking so fly. Sexy girl them wiggle and wine. On your feet, boogie and grind. Blicky bill, on the beat one time.
Stack it some billy. I'm really tryna make a milli. Any tracker kill it. And the girls they feel it. I really wanna get down low. Weak bit tough, gonna get down low. Squad is back with the heat for sure. Dance floor lit with the beat I know. See the people out here side by side.
People out here side by side.
Vibe is right because we do it right.
Right because we do it right.
Getting there so I will take my time. Never late cause this is Kenyan time. Yeah. Okay. Now who taking over?
Now who's taking over? The East taking over. The East taking over. Nairobi taking over. Nairobi taking over. Squad taking over. Squad taking over.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night.
Power Radio.
So mimi dini niko betrayed na kina Judas Iscariot, wenye wana claim waabudu sanamu lakini bado wako idol. Hata kafara zao za ng'ombe azini please na hate hizo bullshits. Wao ni matics, wana hide kwa yangu skin, wakisack coins kwa pocket ya maskin. Deceiving eyes ni hard to believe. Descendants wata face destructions. Jeremiah aliprophesy building bridges but still kuna gap. Doom ni heavy sign. Wamenibadilisha biashara kwa nyumba za kuabudu, wamejimarket followers wakibuy false lies. Greedy na thirst ya money, birds of the same feathers. Nilikuwa white zamani ka cotton before youths wa kule pamba juu ya feather. Siko free, ona vile wananisell wanunue magari. Hawajui ni cast wana search kwa hizo church. Search big tights ndo major verse. Kuna ardhi na kuna mbingu, kuna pingu na death ndio kifo za unlock gates za hell. Capt wafunga kwa prison wakiwa jealous wakishindwa wapi watoke. Mkristo au Mslamu, salamu zipokee, mimi ndio dini. Niko kwa your doors, suspect nita pass over. Sijakuja na virus lakini viral nitago. Wasamini wataitwa deceased, one atago. In two, si one atago. Juni hard to believe vile mulidai verse. Hope kwa hizo scripture vile zilidai fast. Back in the past wenye mababu walijua majuto ni mjukuu. So ni hard Judas Iscariote kuwa na sugar rush after kula kitunguu. Vitu kuu ni hard ku understand, hata midini niko confused. Justify kwa reason ya young blood kucommit suicide bombs wakihide behind wrong teachings. Bomb blast 1998 Nairobi is not something to smile about. Pissed off hizo guns si Bible ama Quran. Wengi wamezikwa jua Quran after zile explode. Sifai kwa reason ya politician kuniquote kwa zao rally. Hizo pesa wanatoa ongeongeza magari za hospitali. Sifai kwa reason ya justice kukosekana juu judge alinunuliwa ache victim akifloat jendo magistrate. Sing kwa your thought as well. Nalikula kiapo na yangu jina. Wacha religion iwe love tunashare. Pin location ugali staple food. Tukisettle kwa bonfire na meditation na mifupa mikavu tukidance barefoot. Wacha religion iwe wewe na mimi. Wacha religion iwe love. Shukran sana. Shukran sana. Shukran sana.
Kwani wewe? I wonder what happens in your brain. In your brain.
I'm a realist.
Where? No, for real. Are you always thinking, writing every day?
Yeah.
What's
the more you
process?
write, the more you become more creative, you know. Juu itakulimit kutumia words ulitumia kitambo, you know.
Yeah.
Unapata artist anarudia line mpaka sites na becoming boring.
Yeah.
So the more you write, the more you become more creative.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sawa. So now juu naona time inatupa kisogo, but I would love to ask, you know, kwenye una stand, where do you see Musaa King in the next 5 years, manze? Kama na pia kwa game, what do you want to do in terms of poetry in the next 5 years? And also, where do you think the game of poetry ama industry itakuwa wapi in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, Musaa will be a brand, the biggest thing.
Yeah, man.
I think in the next 5 years, poetry will be an industry, the biggest industry. Because right now, the big poets who have been before us, you know, akina Mufasa, akina Dofan, akina Goofy, akina Griffins, akina Willie Oeba, they're actually doing something big, opening doors for people like us, you know. So in the next 5 years, poetry will be one of the biggest industry ever existed. I'll be the biggest thing. I'll be the biggest thing. I think I'll be one of the pioneers. I'm also one of the pioneers for the poetry. So I think in the next 5 years, I'll have opened doors for some of the artists coming through.
Awesome. What would your word of encouragement and inspiration be for, say, msanii pale mtaani anatamani kuingia kwa game ya poetry but ajui aanzie wapi? Unaweza mshow aje?
Ekelea kazi. Ekelea kazi. Have nisemaje? Package yourself as an artist.
Okay.
Then look at which other platforms in a support what you're doing, you know. Go for open mics to grow your audience and your creativity.
Yes.
Kuna a lot of open mics. Kuna every Thursday. Kuna PAL, that is Poetry After Lunch.
After lunch, iko KNT.
Kuna Poets You Should Know, inakwanga once in every month, you know. Kuna Rafinki who ana host open mics at Zabaraza Media Lab. Kuna every second Friday of the month. Kuna Poetry Spot, All Saint Cathedral. Kuna a lot of these places you can adventure, you know, and build your art. But first, package yourself as an artist.
Na history ya packaging na branding. What are the first steps of branding and packaging yourself as an artist?
For one, you have to know who you are first, you know. Before I was Musaa, you know, I was someone else.
Yes.
So me transitioning from that person to Musaa,
yes,
that first is something you should consider. You know, you have to, you know, like your artistic name, you know, great bio to sell you outside there, you know, and what you are doing. Yeah.
So lazima ujijue kwanza.
Lazima ujijue, huwezi fanya tu art hivi.
Okay, hivi ovyo tu.
Yeah.
Sawa, big things are going. Sasa tunaweza pata addresses zetu aje bana. Plug yourself. Let the people know how can they get in touch with you. Kwa wapi mitandaoni, wakitaka kubook shows. Where? Tell the people how we can find you.
In all social media platforms, you can find me as Musaa Speaks, you know. For the dresses, DM me pale Instagram. Then taona vile utapata your delivery.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Shukran sana.
This has been amazing.
I'm happy.
Asante sana kwa find time to come and speak to us on Power Radio.
Shukran
And
sana,
now your
shukran
Power Radio
sana.
family. Sasa hatutakuona tu once. Utarudi.
Back.
Sindio?
Yeah.
All right. Sawa sawa. Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. That has been Poet Musaa King. And on this special edition of the Power Morning Drive Show, we have been looking at their contributions and, the role of poetry in social, political, economic discourse in Kenya. And you've heard from him. I mean, he can't, there's no separation between poetry, between art, and the realities that we grapple with on a daily basis. And that marks us to the end of our Friday edition of the Power Morning Drive Show. I will be seeing you at 1:30. Now, the 1:30, if you're family on Power Radio, you know for sure how we do it. Every Friday, we have Power Rap. Now, Power Rap comes in today. And again, we shall be having two amazing poets. That is Kijana Mtanashati. And we also have Just Wairimu. They are here to talk about poetry as well. Today we just want to talk about poetry in each and every way. So join me at 1:30 to 3:30 alongside Kijana Mtanashati. We also have Just Wairimu and also Mr. Elijah Mose. He's coming in as he spits some bars as well. Hip hop is also poetry in one way or the other, So yes, do join us at 1:30. But before that, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. join Miss Murote with Shiversations. And then later on, our reggae nerd is back like she never left. And Miss Flozz Munyiri will be coming with Ital Groove. So that's not a show you want to miss. You do not want to miss that one for sure. 4 p.m. all the way till 6 p.m. Keep it locked here on Power Radio. But as for me, for now, it's a goodbye. And I'm going to see you next week. Same time, same place. God bless. See you at 1:30 for Power Up.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night.
Power Radio.
Hey baby, how you doing?
We unajua, it was a catch-22 situation and I was just a 19-year-old kid. Haikuwa fault yangu, haikuwa fault yake pia, labda tusingizie tu bia. Heels kwa armpits, she was head over heels into me. We unajua, this was new to me. That was too much skin, too much thighs, too much cleavage, sanity draining fast on a leakage. It was my first time. Siku nataka at first, but after kunibaya time na thoughts kadhaa, I felt light. Wewe unajua, kuna seduction na seduction light. Girl child kublow kisses za moshi kuni confuse. Ilikuwa fresh as bash, noise kwa background pole ikaanza kureduce. Akanikalia kwa laps, hat yangu ikaanza kurace. Relay kwa trao flag ni half mast bila delay. Coughs na harufu ya kofta. Kwa stage nolima vijana tulembwa church tusiwasikize. Shouts na screams kuliko za worship night. Midnight ika clock kisinderella. Only this time hatukuacha viatu tukacha simu. Mina girl child tipsy, mina girl child tukashikanisha lipsy. It was my first time. Nata unajua, she was the master now. Unge prevent but ulichorea, who's smarter now? She got sensual, nikaanza lose my senses. How we got to a bed sitter? Sijui when we got to a bed sitter. Sikuwa na idea clear until alipo undress. Fear ikanishika koo aliposema she wants to be choked. I was cold, she was dripping hot. It was my first time kuwa dragged to bed, kuwa dragged to be bedded. Pesi heartbeat kwa death race aliponipandia. Nikataka kusimama but akanikalia kwa waist. Nikataka kumsukuma but alilock mikono yangu na yake. Nikataka kushout but ilikuwa pointless kama IBB, aibu hii. Nikataka kushout but repairs ngapi kwa twisted na bottle ndo kaenda behind bars. Unajua, nilikuwa na option 0 but chances infinity. Everything felt heavy then. Now my heart is still heavy. alikuwa 4th year na sahii nasikia ako na watoto 4 na Armine. Last scene ilikuwa K Street usiku wa Kimine. Her last scenes zikiniandama kunipeleka Cloud 9, trauma, scars na nightmares. Wale mabeste wali-introduce kwake bado ndani walikuwa wanafanya kijana ya Pastor Favor. Hawajai believe nilikuwa victim. Bado wao husema tunajua ulijibamba bro, wacha kutafuta attention. She was 24 bila protection. Sija heal. Nata wewe unajua. It was my first time. That one time that put me on drugs for the rest of my life. Bado najaribu kuishi vipositive.
In my heart, in my soul, in my mind, everywhere we need to heal. We need to heal. For every time and I know, and I know, and I know, we should heal. We should heal. Usiku wa joto, usiku wa manane, usiku usioishia, katikati ya Julai, tulikuwa na furaha, hatuku stress na uhai, tulijua tu city lights ya Nairobi, they shine so bright. Remember dancing in the moonlight up until the sunrise, strobe lights glaring oh so bright, katikati ya July, ya July, ya July, ya July. Skin to skin, follow the beat the whole night. Oh, we'd be disco queens, but that was way before our time. Our life is ours, so we take it. So let's run naked, paint the city pink. We deserve to take it. Let's get our lick back, fight the system, we can break it. Chase our dreams until we make it. Dancing in the moonlight up until the sunrise, strobe lights glaring oh so bright, katikati ya July, ya July, ya
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night.
Pawa Radio.